Hi, this is Krishna Galima, and this is my first ever vlog, and I'm doing it inside my room. And mind you guys, this is just for educational purposes. So I'm just answering one of my modules that requires us to create a blog. So there's two kinds of blog. You can write it. You can discuss things through writings, or but I'm not really good on it. But so the other one is doing video blog. So that's the one I'm doing right now. So I'm not gonna eat a lot of your time. Let's just start. Okay, so like what I said, I'm not gonna eat up a lot of your time. So let's just start discussing. The question here is to share your personal netiquette during online classes. So before we start, what is this netiquette thing? For me, it's a short term for internet etiquette, wherein you have to observe do's and don'ts while you're online. So this is not just exactly for the students. Okay, so just to continue with like what I said earlier, it's not just for the people or for the students who's studying online, but also for the people who was working at home. These are the do's and don'ts that they have to observe. So number one, choose the right environment. Why did I say it's the right environment? We need to have a quiet place to work with, or a quiet place to study. Some of my classmates, I've observed with them that they have a plain white background, something like that. But let's say if you are a working student who's always have a synchronous meetings or synchronous school meetings while you're on duty. On my end, I always ask for my supervisor's permission if I can take my lunch or my breaks as early as the scheduled breaks and lunch. But nowadays they rejected my request because again we are receiving a high queue volume, so we have to attend those calls that and it must not be abandoned. It may risk the service level of the company. So but I always ask permission to my instructors, and luckily I have I have a very wonderful and very understanding professors. I am not gonna mention their names, but you guys know who you are. And I really appreciate that. What else? Number two is choose the right equipment. Of course, even if you're a student, even if you're just using a smartphone, but you must have, I'm not saying that you bought a new one or you have to buy a new one, or you must buy, let's say, the most upgraded Android phones or iPhones or something, but you must have the right equipment. Okay, when I say an equipment, if you're a student, if you're just using a smartphone, just make sure that the smartphone is their OS, that's how they call it, the operating system, is updated. Alright, and the camera, microphone, especially the speakers, are well functioning. Sorry. Okay, and also if you're working at home, you must have an updated PC. What is this updated PC? You must have your power sources. You must have your advanced equipment. Your PC or your CPU must be upgraded. Like it's supposed to be i5 as of the moment, or i3, depending on what type of job are you working with. But if you're working on, let's say if you're working on a software company, you must have a high, the most upgraded PC the most upgraded PC, like i7 or something. Well, correct me if I'm wrong with that, because I'm not really good in equipment. I only have i5 in our house, and it was used by my daughter, so forgive me. You can list down, or you can write down your comments below if there's something that you guys wanted to ask, or if you want to correct me with the way I discussed the equipment itself. Yeah, just comment right down below. Okay, moving forward, let's have the third one, which is the password. So let's discuss the password. The password should not be shared to others. Of course, you guys have your boyfriends and girlfriends, and they're gonna be asking for your Facebook password. That's fine, but you have to tell them not to not to share it with other. Kidding aside. Anyways, yeah, password should not be shared to others. Let's say if your task was to create, an email or a G drive for the class, wherein you guys can upload your homework or your module. So once you guys have provided the email address that you created for that person, you immediately tell the person to change the password. All right, because it's a high risk. It can be used to a fraudulent activities or something. Yeah. And at the same time, if you're going to create a G drive, make sure that if you're going to give or to provide a link or to share the link with your classmates or teamworks, co-worker, colleagues, or to someone, make sure that they will require, or you are requiring them to ask permission, because if not, then it's gonna be, there's a lot of information, there's a lot of things that might leak inside your, it can be a risk to a phishing or something. Yeah, but it's not gonna be safe. Okay, last but not the least, oh yeah, sorry, I got the fourth one. Well, the fourth one is beware of the website. It can be phishing. Remember that I always do that. That's one of my Netiquette. I don't really go to a website that is really smells something fishy, or I think it's phishing, something like that. I don't really go to a website because there's two things. It might hack your personal information, or else it might cause some damage on your computer, which is really expensive. It's too expensive to if just in case it's a virus and it will ruin your PC. It's kind of hassle, to be honest, because again, you're gonna spend a lot of money, and at the same time you'll be spending a lot of patience, by the way, because all your stuff were inside it. It's gonna you know what I mean, guys, about it. Last but not the least, do not share your personal information, because it's especially I think this is just the same as the fourth one, because if you click on some link, if you click on some link and they might gonna ask you to to register your info, or to register or something. They might gonna ask for your personal information, such as your date of birth, date of birth, first and last name, where do you live, your birthplace or something. That's kind of off for me. Not unless I applied for I applied personally. this is just I know that this is just this is kind of 90s or 80s attitude, but for me, it's quite a safe. It's definitely safe. Like if I'm gonna apply for any loans, or I don't do online, I do it directly to the bank. Or if there's a lending or a lending company, I directly go to that office, fill out the form, and that's it. I don't really do online stuff or applying online. No, that's not my thing. Except for, of course, PayPal. PayPal is just they won't ask you for your PayPal password. They will just gonna ask you for your email address, and my PayPal email address, and my PayPal email address, and my personal email address were different. So yeah, those are my netiquettes considered. Alright, well, I guess that's all it as of the moment. We exceeded to 5 minutes. 5 minutes is just the minimum. I took 10 minutes. So anyways, thank you so much. I hope you liked my video. Anyways, this is just for educational purpose, and thank you so much, guys. Bye.